Hi, this is Jen Healy. I'm just returning from the level 2 quantum healing hypnosis training that was over in Miami this last week. And I learned so many amazing tidbits about how to really create a beautiful, safe space for people to drop into a deep quantum healing hypnosis experience. And I received several sessions as well as gave several sessions. And this is what I've learned. I'm going to refer to my notes as well because it was so eye-opening. It was mostly, the most eye-opening part was receiving, because I've given over 20 sessions back here in California before heading to the event, but I hadn't received a session. And I am going to just do a little recap and synopsis of what I learned, both by giving and receiving. And these are kind of the most important points for me. Everybody's going to be a little bit different, but I also think that this would be helpful and universal for all practitioners as well as clients to keep in mind. Now, the first thing that is so important as a practitioner is to realize that the higher self is in charge, what we call the SC in the quantum healing hypnosis techniques. So the SC is the higher part of the client, the higher part of the person receiving is really leading the way. And I got this fully after being on the receiving end of it. And even if a practitioner was in their head or feeling a little nervous or rushed or whatever the situation is, I really felt my SC leading and taking over. And as long as I surrendered into that space, it went really, really well. It's a big relief for me as a practitioner to know that you really can't screw this up, right? So the most important things I learned is to be really present, to be in my heart, to be centered, and to allow. So being present and curious with the client will allow them to just have their experience, and we're there really just holding space and guiding with the questions. The questions are really designed to allow the person to go deeper and deeper into a theta state or a deep trance state. And that is really essential, that the questions are designed not only by the tone and the voice, but by the care and the depth of the question. So it's not like an interview or an interrogation like for a newspaper or something. It's really a conversation with the person's soul. And to show up as a practitioner with the deep knowing that you are actually communing with infinite intelligence in that moment. Source is pulsing through that person, and it's such a high level of reverence that we can hold for the opportunity for the session. So let's see what else I wrote down here. So staying open and present, ask really clear, open-ended questions so the person feels engaged with you. As I noticed that if somebody was asking me questions, but they seemed to just wanting to be getting through it, like they were going down a list, it was less engaging. It is more like having a conversation with the person when they're in their past life or when they're in the SC, which is the goal. The past lives are really an opportunity for them to hone their skills on developing their relationship to their inner story and to get in touch with the images and the pictures and the feelings and the symbols. And that's what helps to take them deeper into the theta state. And then from there, contacting and communicating with the higher self, the SC, is available. So it's really important that I found to have a soft tone throughout the experience that is engaging and curious, but also encouraging and reassuring. Because the SC is guiding them and taking them where they need to go. And the soft tone, just like soothing a young pup, like they were describing in the training, is so important. I found that several practitioners, their tone got more tight and fast and loud as the session went on. Even when you're bringing them out at least this was my experience, even when you're bringing them out and counting them out, you don't want to be yelling at them. They're not deaf in that state. They actually are very aware. The client is aware and is being coaxed up. You don't have to use the induction voice, of course, in the counting up, but you don't want to be yelling at them and using a harsh tone either. So the post session is super important. It's Hi, I'm doing a recording, but you're welcome to chime in.
Hold on. Sorry, I can hear you. Let me just get my headphones.
All right. So I just wanted to finish up this recording, and then I'm going to hop on with Dahlia, and she's going to go over some of these things with us. So we'll go over these again together. So it's super important, the post session, when the person is in that really open, connected state, to bring them out slowly in terms of still asking them questions, to be present with them, to allow them to share their experience instead of telling them what happened, just giving them some time and space to reorient. And with that said, it's also important to make sure that you do orient them back to this present day and time. One person I work with somehow skipped that part, and I couldn't even find my way to the elevator. And then once I got down to the car, I realized there was no way I could drive, because it's really important to orient them back to this place, this time, this space, all of that. Give them time and walk them out, give them time to integrate and walk them out, so they aren't like roaming around the hallways or, looking for their car or something. I found that to be really important, that the time after the session is just as critical as the time in the session. So the most important thing that I would say in my takeaway is just to totally surrender to the experience. Whatever is showing up is 100% okay. And when the client knows this and feels really held in that space, it gives them an opportunity to drop even deeper. So lots of reinsurance, stay open, stay present, stay calm with them. No matter what comes up, that is really our job, is just to hold space for them and to go with it. So you never know where the sessions are going to go, especially when it comes to past lives. Maybe they'll be in this lifetime. Maybe they be in a past life. Maybe they will be out in space. We just don't know. And if we really do approach it with a sense of wonder and curiosity, we're giving them an opportunity to trust the process themselves and to go deeper and know that they're held and safe. And I really find that even in the interview, I just really want to be present with them and let them know how much I care. Let them know that I'm really with them, whatever they're experiencing and sharing with me, whether it's the past and their history or what they've gone through in their life, or what they're experiencing in the session. I just want to be right there with them, open-hearted and available, so they know that I got them. So that's really important. So reinsurance would be like, what that would look like would be saying, you're doing really great, really good. We're getting there. What a wonderful experience you're having. Keep going with it. Tell me more. All of those things. I made a whole document and list of open-ended questions that I found to be really useful in my sessions. And make sure that it's not about just what they're wearing in the past lives and things like that and the objects in the room. It's about getting their story, getting their information. And that is just the same cue of being really present with them, being really curious and being open. So you're just going with it, and they will tell you everything. I found that the more that I'm just allowing and present with my clients, the more that they are opening up and just sharing all of the juicy details, which will make the connection to the SC even deeper. And the last one I'm going to leave you with is just to trust the process. The SC has a plan. The SC is guiding the whole thing. Their higher self has really got them, and we want to let them know that we are right there with them, and that everything and anything that comes up is okay. Really take your time with each scene. Really give them a chance to explore it. I have found in the past that a couple of my clients were just on a verge of a major breakthrough, and I took them out of a scene or out of a situation too fast. And especially when you're dropping in with the SC, make sure that you're going deeper with the questions. Usually the first couple answers are just going to be surface answers. And so you really want to get curious and ask for more details and ask what things mean. If the SC says, oh, that doesn't matter, then it's always good to be like, oh, well, what is important right now? What does matter? What would you like to tell him or her? Because they are going to be listening to this. And the same with the healings. You know, for me, the most important aspect of this is to get into the quantum healing. So when we get to that point, ask for more details, ask what's going on with that part of the body. What is it related to? What's the significance of it? What's the deeper meaning? Where did it come from? It really just allows for the SC. The SC will just basically answer the question. If it's a superficial question, you'll get a superficial answer. And the deeper the question, the deeper the answer. Thank you for listening. This is Jen Healy, and you can find out more about my work at quantumhealyng.com. That's quantum and then HEALYNG. There's no I in healing, it's a Y. Thank you so much. Catch you soon.